afternoon. 20th of November, 2 p.m. Thursday, and we are going to be looking at something new. So we'll wait for you to join, and then we will crack straight on. I know I'm a few minutes early, but we shall see. There's Lisa. Hello. I've been having a little bit of a play this morning. Making some flowers from dragonflies. That was fun. Oh. Where did I put it? I had it in my hand. Paul? Do you know where iPad is? I just had it in my hand. I walked up here with it. It's found it.
I just walked up with it.
I did. I walked over to the die cutting machine with it. Right, let's get this loaded. Do that. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. It's just being slow. I hope the internet signal's okay today. That's not looking very good. And the comments aren't coming through on here. So we'll just go with the flow, see what happens. Have you got any signal, Paul? This is saying it can't find me. I can't find me half the time. Okay, Paul, can you go on? And I'll have to, yeah, because it's not going to link up to that. Oh, you are? Lisa normally sits down here by me and tells me what the comments are. Right then, new things to tell you. So, Dragonfly Dreams, we are now at the stage where we are limited on bundles. So, we're not sold out, but we got to that limited stage. So, all okay on single items, just the bundles which we've gone down. We've got a question. Will you and Paul be getting... They've sold out. Unfortunately, what was the lady's name? Maureen Smith. I'm so sorry, but they've sold out. They were, because it was a very late Christmassy kind of winter theme, there was only limited stocks, and those ones have gone, I'm afraid. We did try. So I've told you about Dragonfly Dreams being limited on the bundles. Sale section, definitely check that out, because Paul has been sneaking in some cheeky little Christmas bargains. So if you're after some bargains on the Christmas side, check the website out. And we have a new launch today. He's just made it all live on the website. I'm going to flip the camera. If I can get... Oh, something's happened now. That's it. It's going to be one of them days, you know. Right. So let me get the actual stock so you can see. We have got this beautiful range of acrylic paints. Now these are Jenines Mindful Art Collection Essentials. There's 6 colours in each box. We've got Smoke and Stone, which looks like... We have got Ivory Lace, Soft Fog, Stone Blush, Almond Bell, Sepia Bloom, and Velvet Noir. That is your Smoke and Stone. Then we have got Amber Rose, which gives you Vanilla Sun, That one is Lemon Drop. We have got Golden Fog. This one is Soft Apricot. Then we have got Faded Coral and Antique Rose. That's those ones. Then we have got Blush and Lilac, which gives us Petal Glow, Vintage Peony, Wine Blossom, Dusky Lilac, Royal Dream, and Dark Iris. So that's those 6. And last but not least, we've got Mist and Moss, which is Muted Moss, Frosted Mint, Olive Grove, Deep Lagoon, Serene Sky, and Stormy Blue. Now these come, they're in like a little tube. You've got a, let me get the end, a clip opening, little bit there. It is 35ml, which is 1.2 fluid ounces. So quite a nice amount. Really good acrylic paint, which is like water-based. I have had a play on my jelly plate. Absolutely fabulous. I'm going to bring in a few things to show you. So if I just bring that in, that is all done with the acrylic paint on there. Now, another thing that's brilliant is you can stamp on it, and some acrylic paints, when you put them as a background and then go stamp on it, it doesn't dry. These dry brilliant, I have to say. So this is just like from a braid background that I've then just stamped my elements on. Lots of the little flowers. Maybe there's a page coming up in the making or a few cards. But I just wanted to kind of talk about the paint today. So there's a few of those. Obviously stenciling is fabulous. Now, my journal, this is the journal that I've done started off my Dragonfly Dreams in, and I've done this page and I've done this one. But the outside I've decorated in those acrylic paints. I've brushed it on and really mixed the colours up. I've printed some bubble wrap on there. I did ink through. I could have done it with paint, but I wanted it a little bit softer. But absolutely gorgeous. So now I feel like I've got my journals complete, ready to fill. So that's that. So let me move these out of the way. The price, you can buy them separately at $13.99 each, or we do have a bundle deal, all 4 packets for $49.99. And what's the saving on that, Paul? Can you... 10, 20, 30, 40, 52. Is it? No, that's not right. 4, 8, 12, 16, 50.
Saving £5.97.
Saving £5.97 by buying a bundle. So that's those. Also, we have got these fabulous art brushes. So they're filbert shape. They're great for acrylic paints, and they have nylon bristles. So you've got 2, 6, 8, 10 and 12 for the sizes, which is really nice because I've got these ones. These are Marlene ones, but they're all quite large. I did use this one for painting on my journal, but it's really handy to have the smaller packet as well. So these ones have been, they're on offer at £7.19. And that's for your 5 brushes. Okay. So I'm just going to bring in a piece of my media artist card. And I'm also got a cello bag. I do find that quite handy to have at the side of me when I'm going to start and I'm going to brayer a background here. So I'm going to move that water out of the way. In fact, before I start with the paints, I am going to bring these in because these are made with Dragonfly Dreams. So this beautiful flower is made up from the dragonfly wings from the die set. So if I bring this in, these wings, I've just cut them 4 times and crossed them over, and that has created me this flower here, which I think is absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, the tag is in that set as well. So that's a nice one. And then this one, I've got quite a mix going on there. The flower, again, is the dragonfly wings. Now, the ones that I used for it was the plain ones from here. I just stamped the wings 4 times, which gave me 8 individual kind of petals, and then I stamped over them with the lines from the stamp, so just creating something a little bit different. Of course, I've got little ripped bits of grid, I've got stamped grid in the background and a bit of the stenciling, so and then I put one of the dragonflies in the middle. Super simple but effective, and just trying to give you different ways to use the elements that I've given you in this collection. So that's those 2. I'll try and remember to take a picture and pop those on. Right, let's get painty. So, all the colours look a little bit like that when they're jumbled up. And I've just got to choose which ones to use. So, let's go with, maybe we'll go some minty mossy kind of colours. Let's start with muted moss. That's who's asked that? Michael, they absolutely will. And in about,
the creative catalog dies, they're not out till,
it's the end of the month, Michael, for those ones, but we've still got you on the list. The gel plates will be coming in about 5 minutes because I'm going to do a little demo on those as well. So I've just popped out just a little bit. That's actually probably too much, but we'll see. Let's just bring that down. Now, the reason I've gone onto the plastic is so that the paint doesn't go into and soak into the card, so I can get a little bit more use out of it. So you'll see I'm just going to bray it across in different directions, and it's a great way to build up a background that you can chop up and use for backgrounds for your cards. I quite like doing this brayering when I'm making a frame. So if you brayer all of your card up and then score it, you get the most amazing frame. I'm keeping this quite light. I'm going to put a little bit more of this colour down. And I'm going to be good and put the lids on. Right, okay, so we've got a lot more paint on this one. So very light motion, but we're trying to get different bits. As acrylic paint goes, I'm absolutely blown away by this. It's a lovely quality. It's got a nice kind of consistency to it, and the fact that when you stamp onto it, it just works perfectly. That makes me happy. We're going to go for some of this one now, which is Olive Grove. Okay, so the cello bag to my left, it just means that I'm actually using all of the paint. If I was to put the paint onto a piece of card and brayer, it would just go into the card, and I would be wasting paint, whereas I'm getting pretty much everything off of this cello bag. If you haven't got a cello bag, but you might have one of those little wallets, they would work. Just something shiny. Let's have a little bit of blue. Now, because this is a stronger colour, oh yes, I've got a lot more out of that, haven't I? Got a lovely stringy bit. Of course, I've put it all over my fingers as well. But it just so happens I have some tissue nearby. Right then. So this time, and if you go through and you think, oh my goodness, I didn't want it that dark, or I didn't want that background like that, of course you've got your black and your white where you can quite easily change the look of this totally. Now I've got quite a lot of paint left on there, so I'm going to bring in another piece just so that I don't waste it really, and to take all of the paint off of there and go in different angles, and I can come back to that one. Okay, so already this is looking quite nice, quite male themed I suppose at the moment, but I'm going to see what happens if I completely change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the colour of this. I'm going to introduce Vanilla Sun, and again just a little bit. This is working very well in with the greens. And in fact, the yellow and the blue is going to give you greeny anyway. So it's kind of given me another green tone. But it's lightened it up a bit. Now, each time we layer up, this is obviously, it's quite, it's wet. I'm not going to lie to you, it's wet. Let's bob. I just feel like I want to put something completely different. I'm going for Dusky Lilac because it's a softer colour. And it's just going to hint in the background. You don't have to completely cover the card, but look what we've got so far. And I feel that's really quite nice. So this is one way to use acrylic paints into your everyday card making. Now what you can do, you can chop that up and have backgrounds ready, or just keep it like this. I quite often like to make a masterboard, so A4 sheet like this, get a nice inky background. Maybe we're going to come in, put, I just need you to whiz this with a, could you whiz that with a heat gun for me, please? Because I need to do something else on top of it. Thanks. And whilst he's gone off to do that, I'm going, I could just breathe on it, you're right, yeah. I'm going to bring in my jelly plate, and we can go back to that other one when I've done a print on here. Okay, so like always, whenever you're not using your jelly plate, keep it protected. There we go, nice and clean. Look at me. Right. So this time, I feel like we'll go some lilac. And some of this nice dark purple. See how we get on with that. Probably ample. Oh yes. Mixing that in together, kind of creating my own colour. And then actually, I might as well brayer that onto there. And this is the good thing about these sheets. Now, we can use stencils, we can use our little scrapers. Let's just put, I'm going to place this stencil on here. Also, so this is the Studio Light snow background. I do believe this is in the sale section. We've also got some, is this one in there as well, Paul? Yep, this is a snow background as well, snowflake pattern. This is a Jenines one. I'm actually just going to put them both on there. I'm going to grab a piece of card, put it on the top, and use my pressure tool just to get those bits off in the middle. Have a little look. Sometimes when you're doing this over a stencil, it's better just to use your fingers so that you can get in between all of the detail on that stencil. Which I've got a little bit, but maybe I need more. So I'm just going to press down in different places to get that off. And I have found, actually, it gives a really, really nice pull straight away. Straight away, Hazel. Have you brought any card with you? Nope. Let's use the back of this piece that I'm using. This is when I would need my... Now, what I'm hoping for is to get a little print and some paint left on there. You see, that come off so easy, and I have been finding this with these paints. They don't stick, you know. On with some paints that you use, you do get it. It's hard. Let's put some stone blush, because now this will be dry. Little blobs. We'll get that background on. Even coating. I'm hoping I can get up the shop and back before this dries, because I'm going to go and get some dragon card. If it dries, if it's already dry, I will have to do another one, but it'll be fine. Now, of course, when you're doing your jelly prints, you have to be a little bit patient. Make sure that the paint's dry before you start to try and attempt to pull it off. But I truly have found that this paint loves a jelly plate. Look at that. So by putting that beigey colour behind, I love this really soft, muted effect that we're getting. I've still got a bit of a pattern on there, and it's totally dry. So maybe I can pull a print on the other side. Let's see if we can put some blue on. Oh, let's see how far that goes. So just putting out like little egg-sized amounts each time. Not egg, pea. Get that nice and equal. And then we'll do that again. So I am applying quite a lot of pressure. They feel so nice. They're very chalky matte finish, which is really nice, especially if you want to go stamp onto them. Okay, so this one it's a lot more subtle, very sporadic, but it's got a good, yeah, I like that. This is stronger. But let's just have a little look. If I grab a stamp and show you, let's just get the old water lily. And you know what? I'm just going to pop that on. Keep it protected. I do need to clean that really, because that is very dry. Right, so piece of carding and this. Let's get this inked up nice and juicy wet. And then stamp straight down onto that printed. You see, that is dry already, no smudges. That makes me so happy. I could then go ahead and use the dye, or I could hand cut that. Let's go on to that piece that Paul got for me. So if I've got this one here and I was making like a master board, I mean, it doesn't matter what stencil you use. Do I want to get paint all over that one? Do I? I'm just going to use this one because it's out the sale bin. Right, I'm going to go in with some, whatever this one is, Stormy Blue. It's and I'm going to use some tissue. I'm sorry I can't look at the comments because... Have you got them on yours? Can I have a look? Have you printed your master thing?
Just about to.
Okay.
So not quite yet.
I'd just like to see what's going on. Look, I can see you all now. Acrylic pens, can you do the same effects? Right, they are different. You can use them alongside, but they are... You couldn't pull a brayer an acrylic pen, I don't think. So I'm just doing like a little pounding. Now, if I'd have been clever, not very often clever, am I? Hang on. I don't have a foam here. So I'm going to try it with a brush. I might fail miserably, but we'll see what happens. To get a smoother. Absolutely, it's going to be better. Yeah. Look at that. So you can blend with brushes through stencils with your foams. I still didn't look at them. I could be sporadic and just... And you would just keep going and filling up your sheet with your chosen said stencils. Mix and match if you like. Maybe you're going to do some stamping on there. Now, of course, you can stamp with acrylic paints. Let me just get a super special one. So if I got my grid stamp and I chose, I might regret this terribly. Spread this out on the brayer evenly and then brayer it onto the stamp and then if I do it up here, press that down, look at that. Everything is going to coordinate well. Now, the only thing that I would say is go straight in and clean that down. And that way you're going to care for your stamps and they're going to last you. So there's no paint on there whatsoever. It's nice and clean. I am going to give it a dry. Paul is just popping to the post. Did you leave? Oh, he left me his phone. Oh my gosh, your service is amazing. Like second to none. 8 minutes from purchase to an email. You, honestly, Ellen, I saw your email, your order come through as I was live, and Paul is at the stage where all his parcels were all packed ready to go to the post office. So I would say being in the right place at the right time, which is fabulous. That's okay. We've covered that one so that the paint doesn't sink into the... Oh, thank you. That's good. Oh, that's brilliant. Can you see how fun it is? You can put anything onto a large piece of card and then chop it up. So say, for instance... maybe we need to put some more bits on it, but, you know, I'll go with the flow. If you wanted a 6 pieces, literally, cut this at 10.5, and then just short of 15. That gives you this one's a little blurry because I did the pounding first. But look, you've got, this one's got hardly anything on there. So you could go, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to take that. Also, this paint is staying wet on my piece of, what do you call that? Plastic. I can blend that paint onto my card also. Maybe I'm trying to colour match, keep all my colours exactly the same. Give that a nice little blend. It goes quite a long way, actually. So really, really nice consistency. Great to stamp onto. Fabulous for your jelly plates. Now, I can say that we've got a couple of bundles for the 8x10 jelly plate available. The rest are all like that. We've got the brayers and things separately as well. But look at that. That does blend beautifully. Maybe this one has got like snowflakey theme, but this one has just got the griddage on there. So I could quite easily go into my Dragonfly Dreams, grab the stencil. I'm going to take it down this edge actually. Pull it back a bit because then I'll get that nice little border. Try and get it straight. And then I'm going to give this a lovely deep. So I'm extending the life of the paint by having it on that non-porous surface. Of course, I could be using my messy mat. That would work. Oh, yes, look at that. There you go. So I hope you've enjoyed that. It's quite a quick one today. I just wanted to give you an insight into the paints to let you know that they work fabulous with the jelly plates, to let you know that you can stamp onto them, cut them out, you can blend with them, you can stamp with them. It's just, if you haven't got acrylic paints in your stash for your card making, I'd highly recommend it. Even if you think, well, do you know what, I'm just going to choose one colourway. I'm going to have a go, see what I think. I guarantee you'll be blown away with the results. So I'm going to leave it there, but I will be back on Saturday at 2 p.m. I've showed them.
Are you not doing that?
No, these are samples. I'm going to put pictures on because it's literally, I'm not, it's the cutting, that's hand cut, and this is with the dies. He's getting concerned that I'm not showing you my work from this morning. So let's quickly flip you around and say, oh, there's Paul. Wave, Paul. You are spoilt. Right, hope you've enjoyed that. And I will catch up with you on Saturday at 2 p.m. in here. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.